Hello, Willowbrook artists. I wanted to walk you through the thought process in creating your artwork for Square One. You're going to grab a piece of sketching paper or your sketchbook and sketch out an idea. When we're working on a sketch, we're going to sketch with just a pencil. After your initial sketch and practice, you're going to put your drawing on a piece of Square One paper. The Square One paper will have your name at the top and your class. An adult will fill out the rest. As the artist, you can choose what mediums you're going to work with. In this instance, I'm going to be using Oil Pastel Resist. So I'm using my oil pastels to create texture on my animal. To create texture on my sloth, I'm using different colors to add fur. I'm making small dashed lines to create the textures. In this instance, I'm choosing to use cool colors, and I'm also using white to add some tint. Using white will add value to my animal, and I will continue to fill in the body with lots of dashes. To save time, I fast forward the video. I'm adding texture to my tree limb, and I'll add details after my painting is dry. Next step is to get out the watercolors. Before I start painting, I want to clean up my drawing materials and set them aside. In this instance, I'm using cool colored paint palette of watercolors. I have my paint mat, my water, my paintbrush, and I'm ready to go. I'm going to use my paintbrush, swirl it in the water, dip it into the paints, and swirl my bristles into the paint, and then cover it on my paper. When I use a lot of water and a lot of color, and I'm filling in a large area, this is called a watercolored wash. A wash is when you fill in the background with watercolor, and this is always an option for you to fill in a background. A watercolor wash will give you a good, even color. You can add value, you can make it darker and add layers of watercolor, and it looks a lot cleaner than scritchy, scratchy marker. It depends on what kind of look you're going for. Once you've completed your watercolor, you want to place your artwork on the drying rack and clean up your art materials. The Square One fundraiser is a fun opportunity for us to try some different things and create your own unique work of art. The best part is you get your own sheet of stickers in the end, and you can trade and have fun with friends. Here are a few examples of other art projects that people have turned in for their Square One projects. Oil Pastel Resist and Sharpies and watercolors always make a big impact with color. You can see this one is crayon and watercolors, oil pastels and watercolors, Sharpie pen, and you can fill that in with any materials you like. Oil Pastel Resist, lots of layering and value with those oil pastels. Landscapes with patterns and shapes. Can't wait to see what you create.